Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I have the Ultra Street Fighter 2 Final Challenge Fei Long. Yes, I am so happy to have this figure. As soon as I bought the Ryu and I opened it up and reviewed it on this channel, I knew this line was probably going to be one of my favorite lines, and I had to get them all. And of course, the day after I bought that cannon, I'm like, oh, I gotta go back and get that Fei Long. He was gone. So I had to wait about, I want to say like a month before he showed back up into my stores, and I was able to pick him up. I'm still missing the Chun-Li. I still need to pick her up. She is still missing at my store. She was there before I knew I wanted this line, but maybe eventually I'll be able to find her and pick her up again. But yes, I don't know, man. I'm in love with this wave. I think it's absolutely outstanding with how quality it is for how little you pay. I just think this is probably one of the best value purchases you can make in 2023. At least the Ken. I don't know about this guy yet. I haven't opened him yet, but at least the Ken will probably make my top 10 figures of the year. Might even be number one. I guess we'll see how this guy goes. But yes, I am in love with Jada. Apparently, I looked them up after I did the Ken review, and I guess they make those collectible cars. They don't really make action figures, so this is a total surprise, this entire wave. But I'm super excited to get into it. I hope we get a lot more. I really want to get a T-Hawk, mostly because when I was a child, I got one of those really big T-Hawks from Hastings. He was like maybe like 12 inches tall, maybe we'll say 8 inches tall. He was tall, but in scale, because he was a big guy in the games too. And I loved that figure. That figure was amazing. I knew nothing about Street Fighter at the time. I still don't, but I just picked him up randomly just because he looked cool, and I fell in love with that figure. So I'd like to get a T-Hawk just because of the history with that character, and then hopefully we get a few more guys from this wave. It's been such a good wave. It's been sold out everywhere, so I can't believe that they wouldn't be able to produce more figures, and hopefully they get more licenses so they can make more of these guys, because these are like literally the top of the line figures. I love these figures. I guess enough preamble, we can go ahead and get into the box. Starting with the front, you have this beautiful looking arcade cabinet style box here with the buttons on the front, the Fei Long Ultra Street Fighter 2, the Final Challenge. And then you have the nice window here that shows you Fei Long in the package, the health bars at the top. On the side of the box you have some of the heroes, or no, these are all villains? I don't know. I don't know anything about Street Fighter. I know he's a villain. I'm pretty sure he's a villain. I remember him being a villain. Oh, Vega would be such a cool figure to get. I hope we get a Vega. There's T-Hawk right there. On the back of the box, you have the entire wave. So far, it's just these three characters, Ryu, Fei Long, and Chun-Li. I hope we get, like I mentioned, T-Hawk. I hope we get Blanca. I hope we get her. I can't think of her name, but I hope we get her. That would be an awesome figure. We need Vega. We need everyone. We need everybody from the game as a figure, because this whole line has been absolutely wonderful. I'm so happy with what we've gotten so far. I guess I shouldn't jump the gun here, but yeah, this is the hero side. So you have Ken. I guess that's Fei Long. You have Cammy. Is it that her name? I don't remember. I'm pretty sure it's Cammy. And then we're back to the front of the box, so we can go ahead and transition to the figure itself. Okay, so this is pretty much all you get. You do get a lot of goodies here, especially for $24.99. I think I need to make that abundantly clear. This entire thing costs $24.99, and I think that's an insane price tag with how good these figures are. Starting with this, obviously this isn't necessarily a part of the package. It is a part of the package. It's not a part of the figure. This is just this is literally the package. So I don't know. I think these are neat little displays. Obviously you got that 8-bit coloration. It looks very stylized, very retro, and it looks pretty cool. I think if you collect enough of these figures, you could have something cool here with display or diorama. I ended up actually keeping the one from the Ryu. just because I thought it looked so cool, and I could just put it on my shelf pretty easily. I'm trying to grab it right here. I could put it on my shelf pretty easily, and if you like put them side by side, you could have each figure in a pretty decent display, I think. Even though this is just cardboard, I think it looks cool enough, especially if you have multiple, to just have each character in their own little world, essentially. I think this is a great idea. Obviously, you don't have to do that, and you can obviously just get rid of these. And it's not really like a value add. It's not really a feature of the figure. I just think it's a cool little tidbit that they do for the figure. You can pull out that thing, use it as a display for your characters. I just appreciate details like that. Next up, let's talk about this head sculpt right here. This is the alternate head sculpt. It's a little bit more of a aggressive, angry head sculpt, this one on the face. Or on the figure itself. He's obviously, still upset. He's upset in both heads. Focus. Okay. He's upset with both heads, but this one's a little bit more animated, I guess. This one's just like frowning. So you have that one. It looks pretty good. Nice hair, nice face, everything like that. Of course, it doesn't want to focus. And then you have two alternate hands. You have the fist hands that are on the figure itself, and then you have these more open hands, these more... Come on. What's the word? I don't want to say like ninjutsu or kung fu or anything like that, but they're more like I don't know, like prepared hands. When you see these guys fighting in their tournaments or whatever, this would be like the hands that they have when they're just waiting on an attack so they can like counter, stuff like that. Pretty good hands right there. And then you have this fire effect, which I believe you could apply essentially. I believe this one specifically goes on the foot, so if I put the foot like that, you can do like that, which looks amazing. It's a nice deep hole for whatever. You could do that if you wanted to. It kind of has the flame kind of going back like that, so it adds motion like he's kicking like that. You could also essentially put it on his arm. It's not supposed to go there, obviously, but if you wanted to, just like that. Of course, I flung it off like an idiot. You could do that. Obviously, it's not meant to do that, and it just picked up a whole lot of dog hair. This is one of those rubbery plastics that are very kind of sticky. It is a nice little effect. I do like this. I think I like the fireball that came with Ryu a little bit more, because this one looks... I don't know, you can't just have it static, just sitting there. Like the fireball, you can just put somewhere. This one's really only meant to be used in one way. You can get away with using it in multiple ways. But I do appreciate having this, because you can apply it to multiple figures if you wanted to. It is nice and thick enough. I do have the Ryu here for comparisons later on. But, if Ryu was doing the same move, it would fit his leg equally as well. And I assume Chun-Li would be the same situation where it would fit her just as well. So there is the fire effect. The fire effect is pretty cool. I do appreciate it. And then the figure itself right here, looking pretty good. You have nice shading in the chest areas, the abs, the arms, everything like that. Nice highlights, looking pretty good. A little bit more of a basic figure compared to the Ryu, because he's a little bit more, like, he doesn't have all the extra bits. So it's fair. But he still looks great. As far as the sculpt work goes and the painting goes and all that, he looks outstanding. We already talked about the head sculpt, but there it is again. It looks mean and aggressive. If I didn't know better, I would assume he is a bad guy, but he is on the hero side of the box, so I don't really know. But, he has nice black pants, the nice shoes that I guess you would see... I'm trying not to, say the wrong thing. I was going to say you would see, Jackie Chan wear these, but that's offensive. Kung Fu pants. Right? Is that wrong to say? I don't know the appropriate words for any of this. But you have the shoes, the kind of silent shoes that you could wear. They look pretty good. I like the texture work on the pants. They are, you can feel them. They're textured. They're very nice. I like the way they look and feel. It has kind of like the diaper that McFarlane has, but it's a lot more sturdy. It's you can see when I move it around, it does bend, but it's not like if it's packaged weird, it's not gonna warp the entire thing. It looks good. It's sturdy enough. There is some heft to it, but when you move the figure around, it does move with the figure, so it kind of gets out of the way. So I appreciate that. As far as articulation goes, the head sculpt can go back like so, forward like so, left and right, of course. You have the upper neck and the lower neck. They're both on ball joints, so you can do different things with that. Left and right, and then if I try and hold it still, left and right like so. All the way around like so. I guess I should hold the neck still. He can go up like that, down like that. My finger's in the way. Down like that, and then you add the neck into it. He can go a little bit further in either direction. The arms can come up to about right there, which is fine. Rotates all the way around like so. Butterfly joints, which means he can go in slightly, not too much, slightly back even more. Swivel at the bicep, can rotate all the way around. Double jointed pinless elbows can go to about right there. A nice elbow drop. Well, bam. Wrist can go in, wrist can go out, wrist can go all the way around like so. Ab crunch can go back, not too much. Let's move these arms out of the way. Back to about right there. It can go more, I feel like, but I don't want to force it too much. Of course, this lower torso is doing most of the work. It can go forward. I'm trying to hold the bottom half still, but feels like it might need to break loose. I think that's what I'm encountering here, because it feels like I move it and then it wants to go back. So I think hot water might break it loose a little bit more. But then you have this lower torso that can make it go in a little bit deeper. If you force it, kinda right there. I think you can get more out of this if you apply some heat, some hot water, break it loose, make it a little bit more wibbly wobbly. It can also go left and right, of course, right there, and then the lower torso can go left and right like so. There is a click. I don't know what that is. Maybe that's paint that needs to be washed away or heated off or something like that. So you bend him to about that far, and then you add the legs into it. Everything kind of feels a little gummy. He is fresh out of the box. He can go, I think that's as far as I can push him. He can go to about right there, which is outstanding. To be perfectly honest, that looks absolutely amazing. Which means, of course, the legs can go up to about that high. That is a nice high kick. I already showed you with the Ryu, but I did that where he comes all the way up and then slam down. Looking good. Doing the splits, he can go all the way down like so. He is pretty good at doing that. Let's see. Rotation at the thigh can go all the way around like so. Double jointed pinless knees can come all the way up to his own ass, kicking his own ass. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anything here. Oh, spin all the way around like so, just in case you wanted him to. I don't think the top can do that. No, it can't. Swivel here at the shoe can go all the way around like so. Ankle goes down, ankle goes up, ankle goes... swivel? Yes, all the way around like so. And I'm trying to make sure I didn't miss anything. That looks pretty good. This guy poses beautifully, just like the Ryu did. You put him in any pose and he's going to look absolutely menacing. Ready to fight, ready to go. Put him right there. And then we have our Ryu right here. These are the comparisons I guess I'm going to be doing. Focus on the figures, please. Not the background. There we go. That's what I wanted. Looking pretty good if I have them staring at each other. They are ready to fight. Focus on the figures. Do I need to, like, autofocus? Looking pretty good. That is the comparison. Let's have them standing next to each other in a more neutral pose. Have you stand perfectly still. Have you stand perfectly still. Ryu is immediately looking a little bit more tan. They are about the same height. I think he has a little bit more height on him. I think I have him lined up about right. Yeah. I think he might be a little bit closer. It's kind of hard to tell. He might have a little bit more of a height advantage. He's obviously a little bit bigger. They're both equally as ripped. The arms are, this is bigger, definitely. They're not the same sculpt, so that's good. They're not the same across the board. The pants are different. The chest looks different. Everything's different. These are all unique sculpts, so that's very much appreciated. Obviously, it's not necessary, but when you're trying to nail a character like these guys, having reuse wouldn't really go over too well, I think. I think you have to have them be themselves. Whereas a wrestler, there's so many wrestlers and they all just have big biceps. You can get away with like using the same bicep here and there, so but these guys are so stylized and they're so unique to themselves. I think it's a little bit more appropriate to have their own unique sculpt work. So I appreciate them going that extra length, especially since apparently this is the first time they've made action figures like this before. So I very much appreciate it. What can I say? I am still in love. We have one more figure to go before we can decide on the whole wave, but this is 2 for 2. Some of the best figures I've ever had at this price tag. I mean, these are up there with the Mofex Spider-Man I got for Christmas last year. The Peter B. Parker from Mofex. This is up there with that quality at a fraction of the price. That's what I can't get over. Like, these are just average figures, don't get me wrong, but at $24.99, with what you get and how good they are, these are absolutely insane. I totally appreciate these figures for everything they are. I think they're absolutely wonderful. They are beautiful looking. They pose incredibly well. I mean, look at this. Just like that, and then he's doing, like, the same thing. Kick his leg up there. Wha-bam. Psh. You want to do, like, a punch. Like that. And he's, like, knocked out, like, ugh. It looks beautiful. It looks insane. Anything you do makes these guys look cool. Like, if he's just, like, sad, and he's, like, looking, like, over his shoulder. Maybe he's, like, about to walk away. He just lost the fight. And he's like, wait, hold on. Come back. It looks so good, no matter what you do. It's just, like, wow. I thought he was going to fall. So, that is it for these figures. I got to admit I am in love. I can't wait till I find that Chun-Li. I need to have her in the collection. This might be... I tried it with the AEW figures. I tried to collect every figure that came out. And I did. Every figure that came out to me, to my stores. But then they just stopped showing up. So, but I think I'm going to collect every figure that comes out of these Jada toy lines. These Street Fighter lines. I'm going to have to try and get every single one of these, if at all possible, because I just love them so much. So, I guess let me know what you guys think of them down in the comments below. Leave a like, leave a comment, leave a subscribe. All the things other YouTubers ask you to do, just do it for me as well. And I will be back with another video, hopefully, very, very soon. Bye.